Coronation Street confirms Jodie's next target, but she may be taking a dangerous risk. Jodie Ramsey has already set her sights on several residents as part of her unsettling agenda, and in upcoming scenes, her list of targets continues to grow as she focuses on someone new. Jodie originally arrived in Weatherfield determined to ruin her sister Shona Platt's life, blaming her for leaving home as a teenage mother. Because of that decision, Jodie was left behind to deal with their troubled parents alone, and as an adult, she now carries deep resentment towards Shona. While her broader scheme to effectively take over Shona's life has been unfolding, the ITV drama has also highlighted Jodie's disturbing tendency to take satisfaction in causing chaos and distress for others. Her attempt to push David into betraying Shona recently led to an extremely uncomfortable situation, though things did not go according to her expectations. Acting out of anger, Jodie intercepted a flirtatious message David sent to Shona's phone and replied while pretending to be her, encouraging his romantic suggestion about having the house to themselves. When David later returned home intoxicated, he discovered a candlelit setting and assumed Shona had prepared a romantic evening. Instead, he unknowingly got into bed with Jodie, who had deliberately tried to imitate her sister. In a brief moment of confusion, David kissed Jodie, but as soon as she spoke, he realized what had happened and immediately pulled away, shocked by the deception. A heated confrontation followed, with David accusing Jodie of orchestrating the entire situation, while she attempted to manipulate the narrative and shift the blame onto him. Jodie's intention was clear. She wanted to expose the situation to Shona and create the impression that David had been unfaithful, ultimately aiming to destroy their marriage. Fortunately, the situation did not escalate that far, as Sarah Platt overheard the argument and intervened. In the following episodes, the atmosphere remains tense and uncomfortable. David insists that Jodie must leave, but she attempts to stay by subtly planting doubts in Shona's mind about what really happened. With nowhere else to go, Jodie overhears Ken Barlow discussing Daniel Osbourne's supposed trip to the Lake District and quickly forms a new plan. She lets herself into Daniel's flat, only to be surprised to find him still there. Jodie claims she discovered a spare key and was trying to return it, but Daniel is unconvinced by her explanation. When he orders her to leave, Jodie realizes she has leverage. She threatens to reveal to his family that he never went away, putting Daniel in a difficult position and effectively forcing him to let her stay. Later in the week, Jodie returns to the Platt household and assures Shona that there are no lingering issues, claiming she has found somewhere else to stay. However, her expression as she leaves suggests her intentions remain far from innocent. Although Jodie's behavior has already crossed troubling lines, her departure from the Platt home raises the possibility that her actions could become even more extreme. Meanwhile, Daniel's situation is complicated by his own emotional struggles following his relationship with Megan Walsh. Producer Kate Brooks explained that the storyline will explore the psychological impact this has had on him, noting how deeply the experience has shaken his sense of trust and stability. She highlighted that Daniel feels misled and betrayed, particularly because he once defended Megan and now believes he has let others down, including Will and his own family. As the storyline progresses, viewers will see Daniel's mental state deteriorate as he grapples with the fallout and questions who he can rely on. Unaware of Daniel's fragile condition and past experiences, Jodie may be underestimating the situation. If Daniel begins to suspect her motives, there is a strong possibility that he could uncover the truth about her actions since arriving in Weatherfield. Coronation Street spoilers for next week. First look as Will plans a new life away from Weatherfield with Megan. Will appears ready to deceive his own family in order to carry out his plan. Coronation Street spoilers hint at intense drama in the coming episodes as the police investigation into Theo Silverton's murder begins to tighten around key suspects. At the same time, serious trouble is unfolding for Will Driscoll, who is secretly preparing to leave Weatherfield behind and start a new life with Megan Walsh. But whether he will succeed remains uncertain. Here's a detailed look at what's coming up next week. 1. Will intimidates Sam. What begins as a calm evening quickly takes a frightening turn for Sam. Excited to watch a meteor shower, he invites Hope to join him at the Red Wreck, but she declines. The situation becomes unsettling when Sam spots Will leaving a classroom and staring at him in a cold and unnerving way, leaving him shaken. Despite this, Sam heads out alone, only for things to escalate when Will confronts him directly. Terrified, Sam drops his telescope, smashing it, and runs away in panic. 2. Someone may be tracking Sam. Sam's behavior grows increasingly concerning as he becomes more anxious and on edge. After being found distressed with Hope near the broken telescope, he is encouraged to speak about what happened, but her dismissive reaction only makes things worse. Struggling emotionally, Sam goes into his maths exam distracted and unsettled. Meanwhile, Nick and Toya discuss getting him professional support, but when Sam overhears them, he misinterprets their intentions and feels even more alone. Later, Roy finds Sam visibly shaken, holding a tracking device he claims to have discovered hidden inside his school bag. This discovery raises a disturbing question. Has someone been monitoring him? 3. Will prepares to leave the street. Shock spreads when Ben discovers that 2,000 pounds has disappeared from the safe. He admits to Maggie and Eva that he accidentally left it unlocked after an argument with Sean, but the truth is far more troubling. In reality, Will has already taken the money and secretly met with Megan to fund their planned escape to France. Eva becomes suspicious and questions him about the missing cash, but Will sticks firmly to his cover story, insisting that he is simply looking forward to moving to Scotland. As Ben, Eva, and Susie say their emotional goodbyes, they watch Will depart in Tim's taxi, completely unaware that he is hiding his true intentions. 4. Tim steps in at a crucial moment. At the cab office, Sally notices that Tim is distracted and confides in Steve that he has still not spoken to Tricia. The situation becomes more complicated when Tim learns that the Glasgow train has been cancelled. Despite this, Will insists on continuing to the station, which immediately raises suspicion. Elsewhere, Ollie notices the same cancellation and tries to reach Will, while Ben becomes alarmed after realizing that his son's passport is missing. He quickly urges Steve to contact Tim and keep a close watch on him. As tension builds, Tim opens up to Will about his past relationship with Tricia, admitting that while he once viewed it fondly, he now recognizes it as abusive. The question remains, will Will take this to heart? Later, Tim confides in Sally that Tricia has been ignoring him, prompting him to confront her at her workplace. During this emotional encounter, he firmly states that what happened when he was 14 was abuse, regardless of how she perceives it. This confrontation ultimately brings him a sense of closure.